The Cardinals continue to wait to open up their NCAA title defense. A really late start, 9:50, more likely after 10 o'clock against Manhattan. But for the most part, a big storyline in this game and in this tournament is the Rick Pitino coaching tree. Playing Steve Masiello of Manhattan. He also has Mick Cronin, an old assistant at Cincinnati. The #1 overall seed, of course, Billy Donovan in Florida. Not to mention Marvin Menzies at New Mexico State. Oh, by the way, Travis Ford played for him at Oklahoma State. So what are your thoughts on this matchup with Masiello and Pitino?
Well, you know, one of the things you look forward to when you get to the NCAA tournament is a team that really isn't that familiar with you. But that's not going to be the case. You can throw that out against Manhattan. They know everything about Louisville. And you also hate to knock somebody you got there out, you know, and that's something that I know Rick Pitino is not happy about. He doesn't want to feel bad after they win, or even worse, after they lose.
Steve runs everything we run. He presses like we press. His offenses are 100%. His out-of-bounds plays are the same. The only thing he does differently is he wears ridiculous suits. He's hanging around Little Italy too much.
We changed everything this week. We're not pressing at all. We're putting a triangle into box and one or 1-3-1, and we're running all 5-out motion. So we're going to run a whole new style that we've implemented. And then I think, you know, I got to go home tonight and say a couple of Our Fathers, call our team priest, and, you know, see if we can work some, you know, good prayers in. That being said, you know, I think there is great familiarity with both of us. Obviously, I learned so much under him, and he is responsible for where I am in my basketball career, and I pay him all homage in the world, and without him, I don't know where I'd be.
There was not any area of coaching when I was with Coach Pitino that I was not exposed to. And it was challenging, it was demanding, and it made me better.
I'm real proud of Steve, as well as Billy the Kid, and everybody else that's in it, Mick and Herb, and you name it. It's Marvin Menzies. It's been awesome. I root for them all the time. I watch them all the time. Didn't even have to break down film because I watched every one of Steve's games, rooting like a passionate fan for him to get to the tournament. That's what's so disappointing in the fact that we got to play against each other.
Come on, Montrez, let's go.
A little bit later on in sports at 4:45, we're going to talk to Montrezl Harrell, who, let's not forget, there's kind of a big portion of this team that was lost with Shane Behannon being dismissed earlier this season, making Montrezl Harrell's role critical. We'll dissect that a little bit later on in sports. For Eric Crawford, I'm Steve Andrus from Orlando for WDRB Sports.